here's everything you need to know about Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Justin Gaethje for UFC 254. UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov is finally going to make his long-awaited 2020 debut after the COVID-19 outbreak shelved his last scheduled appearance. Awaiting him in Abu Dhabi will be newly crowned interim champion Justin Gaethje, who surprised most people in the UFC world when he stepped in for Khabib on late notice to defeat Tony Ferguson in May at UFC 249. UFC 254, Khabib Gaethje is scheduled for October 24th at the Flash Forum on Yas Island in Abu Dhabi. It's one of the biggest and most important title fights of the year, and MMA on the Go has you covered with a complete head-to-toe breakdown of the main event. Striking. Khabib is one of the most dominant forces in MMA history. He's ranked number 2 on the UFC's official pound-for-pound list behind Jon Jones, and there's a solid argument to be made that he should be number 1. While the 32-year-old Russian dynamo is famous for the way he tracks his opponents down to the mat with the ferocity of a master sambo stylist, Khabib also possesses a strong enough game on his feet to make him a complete fighter. Khabib lands 4.11 significant strikes per minute with an accuracy of 49%. In turn, he only absorbs 1.65 significant strikes per minute, so his defensive prowess is rated at 67%. Khabib has scored 8 stoppage wins in his career, though he ended many of those fights by pummeling his opponent from top position on the ground. Gaethje, 31, is an offensive-minded slugger who throws tons of strikes and lands most of them. While eating more strikes in return is usually a recipe for disaster in the UFC, Gaethje's 7.74 significant strikes per minute tops the UFC's record book, and absorbing 8.37 per minute hasn't kept the American from winning big fights. Gaethje's defense is rated at 59%. He scored 19 knockouts in his career, and the last version of Gaethje seen inside the octagon 5 months ago seemed more patient and precise than ever. He'll need those qualities against Khabib. Gaethje's stunning power and high work rate give him a slight edge in the striking category, but Khabib's craftiness keeps it close. Edge Gaethje. Grappling. Khabib possesses some of the best MMA grappling ever seen in the sport. Statistically, he's also much better than his opponent. Khabib averages 5.35 takedowns per 15 minutes, and his takedown accuracy is 47%. Moreover, Khabib is excellent at keeping the fight where he wants it. His takedown defense is 84%. Gaethje was an All-American at Northern Colorado, but he's not done much wrestling since becoming an MMA fighter. Gaethje averages 0 takedowns per 15 minutes. His takedown defense is 80%, but pulling off the same or a similar number against Khabib would be borderline miraculous. There's no doubt that Khabib MMA grappling is superior to Gaethje's game. Edge, Khabib. Submissions. Khabib is excellent at taking his opponents down to the ground and grinding them into either stoppages or submissions. He scored 10 total submission wins in his career, including arguably his best UFC wins in fights against Conor McGregor at UFC 229 in 2018 and Dustin Poirier at UFC 242 in 2019. Overall, Khabib attempts 0.7 submissions per 15 minutes. That's much higher than Gaethje, whose average submissions attempted per 15 minutes in his career is 0. The former World Series of Fighting lightweight champion hasn't submitted anyone in his 7 UFC fights, and he's hardly even threatened with it. Khabib's submission game gets the nod in this category, too. Edge, Khabib. X Factors. Khabib's X Factor, grief after the death of his father. Khabib's father and trainer Abdulmanap Khabib died of COVID-19 under the tutelage of famed MMA guru Trevor Whitman. Gaethje has blossomed into a scary proposition on his feet. He strikes with such force and ferocity that he always seems on the verge of scoring knockouts. More recently, Gaethje's shown newfound patience that makes him look even more dangerous. Look no further for evidence of that than Gaethje's recent demolition job on Tony Ferguson's 12-fight win streak. But beating Khabib will require more than just upgraded patience and precision. The American will need to keep the fight from going to the ground, so Gaethje's takedown defense is of utmost importance at UFC 254. Prediction. Gaethje was the trendy pick by some to hand Ferguson the loss in an upset at UFC 249 back in May, and he'll likely be the same for many against Khabib, too. The only problem with that analysis, though, is that Ferguson has never been the pound-for-pound elite force Khabib is, and there's no data to suggest Khabib will be sliding down the pyramid anytime soon. Even if you once ranked Ferguson near the top of the mountain during his impressive 12-fight win streak, Ferguson was 36 when he lost to Gaethje. Khabib is still in his prime. So UFC 254 is likely to look like any other Khabib fight. He'll to overwhelm Gaethje over time and ultimately grab the dominant win either by submission or stoppage. Prediction: Khabib via third round submission. Before we finish the video, if you enjoyed this content, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to get the latest videos from MMA on the go.